Ghirock, Log IDs Laterzorz. This is Duelyst. This is an online free-to-play CCG that's currently playable in its standalone launcher or the browser. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 factions plus the neutral one, and there are 2 generals per faction, except for neutral. Though there is a card. Is it this one? Is it Lionar? No, it's a neutral card. That's great. Besides that, there's basic, common, rare, epic. Let's go in crafting. Legendary or artifact. I don't know. There's also like this weird building mechanic for Mechazor. I don't know what that is. Oh my god, after this moves, draw a card? You can move 2 spaces left, right, up, and down, and 1 diagonal. Man, that's crazy. There's a golem buffer. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. This is great. As you saw earlier, every general has 25 health and 2 attack base, but there are things that can buff, like these bracers give them +1 attack. And then they have a hero ability. Magmar gives a permanent +1 for that battle. And they have fucking, where are those claws? This one. Each artifact which is attached to your general that can get disenchanted by some cards has 3 durability and different abilities. Like this one has +4 attack. Where's Vitruvian? This is pretty good. So there's no first strike or double strike in this game for what I've seen so far. So if it's your turn, you will always attack first. And then, you know, if it's their turn, they'll always attack first. And only in some cases you won't be able to strike back, and it'll tell you if it does. For instance, like backstab. So this card is fucking crazy. Besides the +3 attack, as long as it's not hitting the general, when they swing back, it'll be 1 damage. That's pretty good. Reactivate your general for 3? I don't know if that's worth it. I think this faction might be the best, because on turn 1, if you go first, you can summon this guy, and what is it? It's 9, so it's 8 squares. So 8 squares around this structure. It also has 6 health for 2, keep in mind. It summons, for that turn, a 2/2 haste creature that can also move 2 up, down, left, or right, or 1 diagonal. Anyways, I didn't even get to that one card I want to show you guys. So all these, like flying, I don't know if flying is one, or ranged, but things like grow or provoke or buffs of any sort can be removed. And there's like a few cards that do that. I know one for sure, and that's available to everybody. I'm sure you guys are seeing some crazy abilities here. This one's not so good. I don't know, that's depending on the board state, that could be good. So opening gambit's just ETB, enter the battlefield. A reverse jackal pup. Is that also, it's got a dog face? Also a husky. Okay. Oh man, a 4/11 for 6? That's crazy. This game kind of seems to favor things with more health than attack for the most part, because you can buff things pretty easily. Where is it? It has to be a Lionar card. This is my favorite faction so far. Oh, here? No. Ooh, True Strike. I don't know what that is. Here. Sorry. I passed it earlier. So, normally when your general dies, that's the end of the game. But this guy gives you a second chance? It's like that Warlock card from Hearthstone. Oh, that's pretty good. Unfortunately for them, they don't seem to have a lot of... Oh, never mind. Jesus. I was about to say, they don't really have... oh, that's all minions anyway. So it's like a Wrath of God. Most of their removal is kind of like damage-based, and it's usually around 2. This one for 3, but you heal their enemy general for a lot. And most of the time, if it's something that you want to just get rid of outright, it's either... It usually has a lot of toughness. There's a lot of cool stuff. Oh yeah, there's one creature that I think is like an auto-include. It should be in most decks. This derpy-looking Cyclops hippo. Opening Gambit. Dispel 1 nearby space. So, the Abyssians, like this card, Shadow Creep, it's sort of... It affects a tile, right? And, so let's say there's 6 different tiles of Shadow Creep. What if they have anyone on any of those spaces, at the end of your turn, that one thing will take 6 damage. And that can get pretty crazy really fast. Because I think there's one here that does like a 2x2 area of Shadow Creep. Anyways, so that guy that gives you a second general and like Shadow Creep and stuff and like Provoke. So Provoke is crazy because, yeah, you can't move or attack anything else besides the thing with Provoke. I really want to try a Megazord build, but dust stuff is really hard for me because I don't really know what to disenchant. So this guy can just get rid of all these cool shit. I think even this thing is gone, but I'm not sure about flying. Maybe. Anyways, 6 factions. You start off with Lionar and you unlock the other ones through practice. You just beat them in here and you get access to starter decks. The most you can do here, you unlock all the basic cards essentially except for the second hero at level 10, but once you get to level 11 through ranked, you'll get the second hero. You get a decent amount of starter decks early on. I think you get 3 through the tutorial. Solo challenges are an opportunity for small amounts of gold in a puzzle-like gameplay. The Gauntlet is in arena mode. I'll definitely get some footage of that. I've gotten one like ticket for the Gauntlet, but I haven't done it yet. And Season Ladder, I'm currently 23. I'll look at my profile right now. And I haven't played any other seasons. But oh cool, I'm only 1 away. They say once you get to level 20, you get a loot crate for that season. And don't worry about D-ranking, you can't. Which is kind of like a good thing and kind of a bad thing. But I guess it sort of like saves the player from like just bad matches because, you know, there's RNG and shit. Also, I really like this, though I wish, like, I can't right click this and like say I don't want to see this one anymore. But yeah, you only need, after a certain level, you only need 2 wins to go up a rank. And I think very early on you get 1 win and you go up a rank. And I wanted to show you this one because this one's just crazy. As I was going through it, I was like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna totally lose. And then one thing kind of like changes the whole game. It's a mirror matchup. These matches tend to take about 5 minutes, and I think that's pretty great. There is some like emote stuff that you can do in the game, but I don't think you can chat with them. There is a Discord that you can join. You can mulligan 2 cards at the beginning of the game, no matter who goes first. And if you start on the left, you start with 2 mana. That ranged guy can hit anyone else on the board when they attack. Not when they counterattack, though. And Lionar's hero ability gives a nearby creature +2 attack. He'll get his ability on turn 3, I'll get mine 1 after that. Now I'm not sure if it keeps... Like, I don't think you can load up an ability. So if you don't use it, you're kind of like wasting it, since it also is only 1 mana for everybody. This dragon is the only one that I kind of use that doesn't have a lot of toughness because it has flying. And you get to 4 mana pretty quickly. So this guy can just fly anywhere he wants. And it's cool this isn't time-based, it's use-based. Zeal is kind of really cool too, especially if you like being aggressive with your general. As long as they're touching, they'll get a bonus to attack most of the time. That was a waste. I know he's gonna die. He's only got 4 toughness, both these guys can take him out. I could have saved that for him. Or anyone else, really. I like the animations. Pretty nice. And I just kind of like how it's like low impact. Like I've never lagged in here. Does he kill that? Yeah, he does. It's like a Rammus. So this board state's kind of shitty because that guy's just gonna ping shit. Thankfully for Bright Moss Golem. Such a good card. I kind of hold this in my head like the late game for most of the things except for Songhai Empire. Because those guys have very good 2-cast things. Like once you hit around turn, maybe even 3, like the turn right after that, you can start summoning some pretty crazy stuff. Like a 4-6. That guy's a 4-9. Turn 7, get a 10-10. This thing is a really good card. I think, besides Vitruvian, because they summon stuff. Look at this damage. +9. Usually this guy would take forever to get off the board. This was so lucky. Just a wall of these guys. Yeah, Vitruvian's guy that summons creatures is really good. But I feel like it's kind of like a tie between that and Songhai. Does this guy cost 4? Okay. This guy just keeps making more of them whenever he moves, so that can get crazy real fast. And it's just a straight up copy too, like you can't just kill the queen and save it. Abilities that move dudes across the field are crazy good, so this guy might be... I might need to have him in there. But really for 3, this guy could probably do something else, I don't know. This guy is so good. I have 2 10-10s that are 7 to cast, but I like having one of him. This guy, right? These 2 guys saved the game for me. Because of this guy. I'm showing you guys the stuff that's happening. Wow. Just make sure if you have an ability that says they'll summon nearby, that you're not like landlocked. Like if you're in a corner and there's 3 guys here, it's not going to pop up behind them. It has to be in a touching square. Oh, they have the same move sound. I'm glad you can also... If you attack without moving, you're done with that character. But if you move and then attack... I mean, you can move and then attack. So this guy's like, whatever. I'll get this guy back and I'll be able to do something else. No big deal. Loading up on low-cost people isn't too great. Or maybe that was just the luck of the draw for this guy. Actually, no, I think about it, this card isn't that good. Maybe, it depends. I think with Lionar it really isn't especially good. Because there isn't a Death Watch thing. So Death Watch is like Ravenous Ghoul, whenever a thing dies, it gets damage. And that's mostly Obsidian cards. So you can summon creatures that are, as long as they're touching to another creature, they can. So you can make like a wall of bodies. And I dispel his ability, so he no longer becomes a general, so he's just a 5/12, just not doing anything in the corner. And the game's over. Victory. Sometimes you just straight up get outplayed. Like, oh man, do I have that one? And sometimes you just get really lucky. I'll show that one. I thought it was just gonna be one, but these matches are really short. Oh, match history. I'm playing a Songhai. I think it's a Songhai v Songhai. I think it's Nail Herder. Oh, I'm playing Vitruvian? No, it's not that one. Is it Lucas's? Yeah, I think it's this one. This is... I don't know if you just got super lucky, but I also think I just misplayed the shit out of this game. Songhai kind of like thrives on spells and low-cost characters and range. I also played pretty dumb this one, like... So their ability moves them 2 spots, or 1 diagonal. And I was trying to backstab this guy with him, but for some reason I thought it was anywhere on the map, but that's super overpowered. But it's only, 2. I don't know what I was doing. He just kind of just walks all over me. What do I summon next? These dragon things. So I'm trying to protect that guy without putting him in an advantageous position to backstab. And backstab's only +1 damage. It wasn't even that impressive. And then I drew this card. You draw a card at the end of your turn if they have backstab and you get +4/+2. That's kind of okay. But that's still only a maximum of 7 damage. Also, I'm pretty sure if they're provoked, you can't teleport them with an ability. I summon... No, okay. I thought I summoned the tiger. It's definitely a very strategic game, and maybe this deck is also not that good. I was messing with it too much. I need to rework it. This early on, 1 damage to all the minions is pretty good. I should have just wasted that backstab guy. A maximum of 3 cards, except for like legendaries, I imagine. Maybe even epics. I don't have any of them, so I can't confirm. If a card has rush, it means it has haste. I don't even know if I attack him once. I mean, I guess that counts. Oh, that's the thing I'm talking about. 7 cast, 10/10, that thing's stupid. I have this stupid flyer thing. Each turn you can replace a single card. I was doing it earlier, but I forgot to mention it. And you draw 1 card at the end of your turn. So one of Songhai's early cards is this thing. So what you can do is, if I went in and attacked with him, I can use Inner Focus to make him be able to attack again, but then I can buff him after that. And that's how you maximize that damage. Oh my god. This is also the wrong match, now that I realize it. I don't think it's there anymore. it was like it was a ranged attack match. Yeah, I concede. It took me that long to figure that out. He essentially he opened up with, let me show you what they are. A bunch of Widowmakers. These guys. And was just pinging me with these. He had this guy do some damage, but all along he was casting spells and making one of these guys really strong and just closed it out. Let me just check one more time, make sure it's not in here. Yeah. Anyways, that's Duelyst. I'll be playing a lot of this since I finished Hammer Fight. I've played Magic for a while. You know, Commander was really interesting because it's a legacy format. Played a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Played some Hearthstone for a little bit. Tried even that Might and Magic game. Those are pretty fun. I just like the format, and since this is relatively new, I won't feel as like pressured to like, oh man, I don't have all these cards and shit. So if I start now, I won't be left behind. And also it's faster. It's fucking like 5 minutes, man, and like queue time's like 15 seconds. That's crazy. Anyways, that was Duelyst. Check it out if any of it seems interesting. At least, you know, get through the tutorial, open up some packs, see what you get. Maybe even at least get to the point where you can draft, because I think that's really what is sort of a good thing to have. Because drafting is a really cool format, and I'm glad that a lot of, you know, like online CCGs have that and include it. Anyways, if you guys like to give a like, if you guys are a new sub, thanks for logging in. Ghirock logging out.